Hello and welcome back to our Let's Play Planescape Torment. So it's been roughly about a week. Yeah, about a week or so since I've been able to play. I haven't watched the last recorded video of it. We're gonna jump right into it. I think we talked to Laszlo last. So let's talk to Karina. Because I think she might be the last person we need to talk to here. You see a pretty young woman wearing simple clothes. She wanders about the market and examines everything, but does not make any purchases. You notice that people seem to be avoiding her, but they try not to make it obvious. She flashes you a warm smile as you approach. Greetings. Her smile broadens. Hello, I'm Karina. Hello, I'm Karina. It's a pleasure to meet you, Cutter. She continues to smile and waits for your response. I have some questions. She nods her head. All right. What do you want to know? You know, I think we got the information we needed from the Lothar and the Master of Bones. Weapons, magic, we don't need to know about. We've already been to all the vendors. I'm reluctant to keep talking about the Master of Bones and Lothar and all of that because I'm getting the vibe that now that we have the information, we should shut our mouths. Everyone seems scared, and I don't know. Asking around to every single person's I don't know. I'm getting the tingles of they're kind of setting you up. Like, oh, well, you could ask everyone this because you could in a tabletop game. But if you ask the wrong person, maybe they get alerted or maybe something happens. But now that we have the information or have some information, let's not press our luck. Let's say goodbye.
I'm gone.
Are you guys gonna get mad? No. Okay.
Why not?
Oops.
Why not?
All right, she succeeded.
I'm gone.
Oh, hey. Nobody got mad that we just looted that. What are you? A clipped copper charm. It's got a special minor copper blessing, +1 to luck, temporary. This copper piece has been clipped. Most of the copper has been shaved off, no doubt to still keep the appearance it is a no doubt to still keep the appearance it is a coin, and allowing the clipper to use the shaved copper to make another coin. Although many hive dwellers practice this method of making money, when the faded faction practices it, they do so with a frightened sense of purpose, creating charms that reflect their own miserly natures. In order to create these charms, the faded faction seek out failed business owners and other individuals who once possessed great wealth, then had a reversal of fortune and were left destitute. These individuals are the given enchanted carving blades and asked to clip a copper for the faded in a tedious day-long ritual, in which infuses the copper coin with the last traces of their former luck. The ritual and the nature of the individual clipping the copper allows a minor enchantment to seep into the coin and affect the fortune of whoever uses it. When the clipped copper charm is flipped into the air, it will spill into a rain of copper pieces and bestow luck upon the user. Okay. I mean, should we use this now? It's only got one use? Is there going to be a point where we need that luck? Hmm. I don't know. You know what? For science. Use it. Okay, we're up to 730 gold. Sure. Got a luck bone? Alright, sure. Okay, I like money. Yeah, let's get out of here. I really would love to find some armor.
I'm gone.
Alright, so I warned Thorpe that Abishai can only be hurt by magic. Yes, we warned him. Nicole and Thorpe, yep. Xanthia wanted to kill the Thakola guys. Thakola. We need to kill that Abishai for Sebastian. It's probably not that simple, but... Now, we do need to find... Yeah, right here. So we need to find the upper ward for Reekwind, which... Where the lower ward? Where's the upper? There's clerks. There's... Lower? Okay, I guess there is no upper ward. He was cursed by some fat, balding man who favors dressing in orange. Keep an eye out for someone dressed in orange. The curse spitter probably lives in one of the upper wards. Okay, so either the lower or the clerks would be my guess. Okay, I'm thinking the upper ward. Anazi. And Nazi. You see a sickly Githzerai woman. Oh, Githzerai! Dakan. Yeah, we'll let Dakan handle this. Maybe, if he talks. She's hunched and bent, and her constant coughing is obviously the source of pain to her. She holds a handkerchief that is practically soaking with blood, tissue, and phlegm to her face. She spies you and hisses. Greetings. She stares at you, then speaks a few mumbled words to Dakan. Dakan glances at you. She cannot understand your speech. She says that she is dying. Is there anything that we could do for her? Know that she will not recover. I can put her out of her misery. That is all. As a Zerth of the people, it is my responsibility to provide an alternative. Don't do it. Be merciful, do it, but make it painful. I don't really like these choices. I'd like to be like there's got to be a way. Like, there's got to be some medicine, right? Let's not interfere with his culture and their customs. Then be merciful, the Khan. The Khan draws his blade and waits for the woman to prepare herself. She touches the unbroken circle of Zerthamon he wears for a moment, and her face is stoic. His blade is a blur, and when he has completed the stroke, she lies bleeding on the hard stone of Sigel's streets. Well struck. Alright, let's go.
My journal.
Hey! Anna leveled. Let's do that. Okay, so we're level 5 thief, and if this is like Baldur's Gate 2, I keep forgetting to look up what version of D&D this is, but she's probably leveled up in fighter. Fighter thief. We got +1 to fist, fighting skills, saving throws improved, hit points. Yeah, no thief skills. Except, yeah, level 5 fighter. Okay. Works for me. 50% cold, 33% man. Yeah, you got some okay resistances. I like it. I like it. I'm not crazy about that Thaco. Updated our journal. I allowed Dakan to aid a woman of his people, a sick Githzerai who had breathed too deeply of the poisonous vapors of the lower ward. He struck her down, yet she seemed grateful. Okay. Godsman Guard. Okay, those are the Godsmen. What did we learn about the Godsmen? Thought we heard something about the Godsmen. Okay, well, moving on. See, this is what sucks about... This is what really sucks about not playing for a week. Yeeman. Hello, Yeeman. This man has a rough, leathery skin with a pale yellow cast and gaunt features. His face is angular, his nose is small and highly placed. His ears taper to points. A tracery of tattoos and scars cover his body. He is dressed in strange, gaudy leather that look more ornamental than combat ready. His eyes are like two small black stones, and they track you as you approach. Before you reach him, Dakan pauses. I would caution you against speaking to this Githyanki. Oh, he's a Gith! He's a Githyanki! What's a Githyanki?
Updated my journal.
Githyanki and Githzerai were once of common stock. We were slaves and food for the Illithids, mind flayers, who devoured our lives in order to succor their own. One of our ancestors, the Warrior Queen Gith, led us to victory against the Illithids, and we escaped. Is that, Blacketh? I think you mean, I don't know. We have waged unending war on the Mind Flayers ever since. However, there was a disagreement over the future of our people. Upon the blasted plains, our leader, Zerthamon, made the pronouncement of two skies, and steel was bared. One race became two. It is a rift that cannot be crossed peacefully. You know what? I'm sorry. I gave you the win with the Githzerai lady. Let's talk to this Githyanki. Dakan nods. The Githyanki has been watching your approach and seems to ignore you entirely. Dakan, who wails on the walls of Shrak Talor. An unexpected surprise. He draws his weapon. Dakan also draws his blade. Yemin. Your blood shall corrode the flagstones of the street. Let's stand between them and yell stop. Dakan speaks to you, though he never takes his eyes off his opponent. Hold fast and do not stand between our blades. Let it go, Dakan. Dakan speaks to the Githyanki. Yeeman, this is not a place of battle. The entire multiverse is our battlefield, dog. There are no sanctuaries. There is no peace. You shall die. The Githyanki attacks. Alright, attack the Githyanki. Oh! He's got friends. Okay, Dakan, do the power of 1 on yourself. We'll give you a strength bonus. Wait, is that for everyone, or is that for me? Affect the person touched. Okay, so we're going to give Dakan a strength bonus. Nameless one will magic missile. Anna, you attack. Oh wow, that's quite a few. Okay, you magic missile.
Endure.
You can magic missile as well.
I'm gone.
Okay. Move to the next. And why don't you go ahead? You got hit, so put armor on yourself. Everyone get him. You know, we have a buff as well. 70 feet radius. Yeah, here we go. +1 to hit, +1 to all saving throws. Yep, so target yourself. There we go. And you use another magic missile.
I'm gone.
Okay, well, hope your honor was worth it. Because now you're dead.
Done.
Duran, are you going to make a big deal out of this fight? You see a boisterous auctioneer. Wait, did that say slaves? Are these guys slaves? Anyway, you see a boisterous auctioneer. He is very animated and does a lot of shouting, yelling, and stomping. He seems to have a tendency towards melodrama and makes a lot of strange facial expressions as he waves his arms. Greet him. He glances at you and motions to the crowd that he's taking a break. Well, 1,000 greetings do I bestow on you, sir. He does a double take when he notices your scars. You know, I take one look at you with my discerning eye and I see a man in the market for some healing charms. Well, why, do you have any healing charms? He gives you a shocked look and gestures grandly at himself. Do I, Duran, have any charms? He pauses for effect. No, sir, I do not. However, don't let the fact discourage you. I have plenty of other items for sale. He points to the rear of the auction block where a group of people stand in chains. You sell slaves? He shakes his head. No, sir. These are indentured servants, not slaves. For the most part, they're guilty of minor crimes. The proceeds from their sale go towards paying their debt to the city. After their term of servitude, they will be free citizens once again. Okay, that still sounds like slavery to me. It gives you a bright smile. Hang on. Sorry, took some medicine. He gives you a bright smile. I don't concern myself with such thoughts. My task is to sell their contracts as given by the courts of Sigil. He lowers his voice as he leans in closer. And collect a percentage from my efforts, you understand. He straightens. You said they were guilty of crimes. What crimes did they commit? He shrugs his shoulders in an exaggerated way. I don't know for certain, but I would guess theft, assault, or not being able to pay their debts. Those are the most common transgressions. I see. Well, I have some questions for you. I don't want to ask any more about these guys. We're going to take that off the list. It just seems like a foolish thing to do. Who are you? He's a slave auctioneer. We know that. You know, let's ask him. Maybe we'll get some more information. Duran's the name, friend. Can it be you have not heard of me? I'm wounded. Verily I am. He smiles wider at the feigned wound. No one finer or more well known for bringing people who want people a little closer together. He points to the rear of the auction block where a group of people stand in chains. Okay. I have some other questions. Can you tell me about this ward? He gestures grandly about him. This, sir, is the lower ward, home of the common people and little else of interest. The only items worth mentioning would be the foundry, the open-air market, and the siege tower. Tell me about the foundry. He opens his arms and looks towards the sky. The workshop of all creation, where steel and a person's soul is shaped into works of art, and creation itself can be changed within its walls. He returns his gaze to you. So say the godsmen. I think we heard something about the godsmen a week ago or something. The godsmen? A noble faction, all can become gods if they simply learn enough during their lifetimes, that they grow, develop, and become better spirits. You can think of them as a nobler faction. Or can you think of them as a nobler faction? Okay, tell me about the siege tower. True mystery, even to me. It simply appeared one day. No one can gain entry, and nothing has ever left it. And the market. The market lies south of here and caters to nearly every need. I recommend you visit. Alright.
What am I in?
Trist.
Him. I'll take him.
You see a young woman who's trying to get your attention. She is wearing shoddy clothes, but her demeanor is more of one of She is wearing shoddy clothes, but her demeanor is one of elegance, unlike that of the people who surround her. Upon closer inspection, you notice that her skin is clean and smooth, lacking the yellow tint of the inhabitants of this ward. She notices your approach and smiles at you. Greetings. I thank the powers that you noticed me. I am in need of your services. I am in the need of... Here we go. I am in need of the services of a mercenary. She pauses and examines you. She pauses and examines you more carefully. If appearances are any indication, you would seem to be such an individual. What is it? What exactly is it that you want of me? She nods to you. The heart of the matter is that I am to be sold into slavery for a crime I did not commit. I am in need of a champion, someone who will help me prove my innocence and free me of this fate. She pauses and looks at you expectantly. Tell me exactly what's going on. She thinks for a moment. This is long in the telling, Cutter. Please bear with me. Okay, go on. She sighs as she begins her tale. My husband died recently and left me his business. I am not business-oriented, so I decided to sell. Not long afterward, I was contacted by a lender saying a loan on the business had not been paid. She pauses to gather her thoughts. I examined all the documents my husband kept and found that there had indeed been a loan taken, but it had recently been paid in full. I explained this to the lender, and a few days later, he asked for a copy of the document. It was nowhere to be found. She looks concerned and pauses to think. Well, when I cannot prove that the loan was paid, the lender took me before the court. My monies were taken and applied to the balance owed. Since it did not pay off the loan, I am to be sold on the block to try to recover the remaining amount due. She gives you a forlorn look. I don't understand. Why sell you into slavery? She shrugs. It serves many purposes. First, it keeps the prisons relatively clear of all but the vilest criminals. Second, the sale of the convicted is used to pay for any damages, costs, or fees involved in the case. Finally, the convicted still serves a sentence from which they are eventually released, supposedly as better citizens. That's all fascinating, but I don't see how I can help you. I need someone to find the missing document, the one that proves the loan was paid. Or if you could purchase my contract, I could pay you back. She gives you a pleading look. I can't spend the next 5 years of my life in this ward, Cutter. It will kill me. Surely you notice the illness shared by all those who live here? Yeah, the yellow skin and the coughing. She nods her head. Yes, Cutter. Please, can you find it in your heart to help me? She looks at you nervously. Please? Yes, I'll help you, though I have some questions.
Updated my journal.
She nods her head eagerly. Ask anything, Cutter. What's the lender's name? I know his name well, Cutter. After all I've been through, I will not likely forget it. She gets a faraway look and then shudders for a moment. Brian Pickett is his name. We came across that guy. I think he told us to go piss off when we first entered the lower ward. Yeah, I remember that. Anyway, she pauses for a moment, and his associate may be someone named Lenny. Okay, who is Lenny? She thinks for a moment. There was a small, feral-looking man who came to court a few times. He would sit behind Pickett and whisper to him occasionally. She pauses and looks lost in thought. Go on. She frowns. I remember him because he always seemed to be uncomfortable in his clothes. He would pick at them as if they were new, as if he were not used to wearing them. She pauses again. On one such occasion, Pickett told him to sit still and stop fidgeting. He called him Lenny. Alright, where can I find Lenny? She thinks for a moment, then shrugs. I'm not sure, actually. My husband told me that some ruffians can be found southeast of the market, near the siege tower, I believe. Where can I find Brian? She thinks for a moment. I think he could be found around in the open air market. But forgive me, I'm not certain. Okay, we already got that information. More questions? Well, I mean, clearly the guy stole it, right? Yeah, right here. Do you think the loan document could have been stolen? I don't know. Why would someone steal that, yet leave other valuables be? It makes little sense to me, because... Because if a bunch of stuff would be stolen, then you could say the document was stolen along with all these other missing valuables. If it's just a document, then there's far less suspicion. Right? Well, maybe the leader stole the document so you'd have to pay for the loan twice. Yeah. She looks at you in shock. That's a terrible thought. She hesitates and begins to tap her chin with a finger as she thinks. But also a most ingenious one, Cutter. This Brian Pickett does strike me as the Knight of the Post. A what? She gives you a quizzical look. A thief or a cheat, Cutter. Such are called Knights of the Post, or of the cross trade. Have you explained any of this to these courts you spoke of? She nods her head. Oh yes, Cutter. I've explained my situation to many. You are the first to be willing to help me. She smiles warmly at you. Do you think you could have misplaced the document? She shakes her head. No, Cutter. I'm a very meticulous person. I kept the document in a lockbox in my husband's study, and it never left that room. Okay, who do I talk to about your contract? That would be Duran, the auctioneer. He's usually over there on the block. She points to the front of the platform. Okay. Well, I definitely don't want to buy the contract because I'd want to punch that Brian Pickett guy in the face. So, anyway, we'll go ahead and end it here, and we'll pick it right up in the next one. So, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you all join me in the next episode.